Guess what I'm doing? This is the most popular hack of the Wacky Rig in Japan. Heat shrink tube tuning. In this video, I'll talk about the Wacky Rig and this tuning technique. How do we apply this and what is it for? I hope you enjoy this video. Hey there, Angrawaki here, joining you from the United States. A big thank you for tuning into my channel. As a Japanese fishing enthusiast living in the West Coast, I'm here to share with you a variety of fishing techniques and gear straight from Japan. Every week, I'll be exploring new methods and tackling different challenges. So, let's learn and grow in our fishing journey together! Alright, hosts, let's dive into the world of the Wacky Rig. A technique that's surprisingly simple but incredibly effective. Here's how it goes. We just need to place the hook right in the center of a soft lure. That's it. This is the weightless Wacky Rig. Just a hook, no weights. Very simple. Let's watch how it works. With this setup, a long straight worm will start shaking its entire body, almost like it's a real creature. This subtle yet natural action can be a game changer, especially when we're up against cautious bass in heavily fished waters. I'm telling you, it's a straightforward setup, but this is a killer rig. I love it. That's why I have many Wacky Rig videos in my YouTube library. Okay, this rig is phenomenally effective. Yet, there's a common problem that many of us encounter. Ever heard the worms just rip apart and become useless? This happens a lot, especially with softer baits like those Gary Yamamoto ones. Worst case, the worm tears and flies off with just a cast. Super frustrating. Now, remember when I talked about banet tuning in one of my previous videos? It's a cool hack that involves using a small spring to prevent the worm from tearing. I am a big fan of that technique, but guess what? It's not the preferred method in Japan. Over there, the most popular hack for the Wacky Rig is what's known as heat shrink tube tuning. In this video, I'm excited to walk you through this popular Japanese tuning technique. Let's get into it and see how it can save your worms and maybe your day of fishing. Okay, let's take a look at how we do heat shrink tube tuning. Firstly, of course, we need a heat shrink tube. Choose one that matches the diameter of the worm we are planning to use. Then cut it to a suitable size. For this demonstration, I will cut it to about 8 millimeters. Yes, looks good, looks good. Next, position the shrink tube where we want to set the hook. Here, I have an OSP drive crawler, a fantastic worm called Waitress Wacky Rig. I have caught many large bass using this combination. For a 3.5-inch model, a tube with a diameter of 5 millimeters works well. Okay, this is where I'll put the hook. Yeah, a 5 millimeters tube looks like a perfect choice for this lure. Drive crawler 3.5 inches. Now keep the tube fixed in position. It's time to use a lighter. Here, I have a very basic standard lighter, the cheapest kind. If you are doing this in a windy fishing spot, a wind-resistant jet flame lighter, like turb lighters, would be better to bring with you. Be careful not to burn your fingers. Gently hit the tube without directly putting the flame on it, as it can burn the worm's body, which smells bad. Carefully apply the heat until the tube shrinks to fit snugly around the worm. Okay, looks like the tube has been shrunk enough to hold the worm. Easy peasy, right? Let's make the next one. This time, let's pick another color of the drive crawler. Wow, this looks cool. What color is this? Stealth Mimids. Looks very appealing. Alright, let's set the tube. It's often easier to slide the tube onto the worm from the tail side. The tail is usually more slender than the head. I've been using a lighter. Some internet articles suggest hair dryers can also be used, but I have my doubts. Even with a lighter, it can take a few seconds for the tube to shrink. Okay, it looks like it's settled firmly here. Cool. Let me make more. Take a drive crawler and a heat shrink tube. Set it to the position where I'll attach the hook. Then heat it up using a lighter. A simple procedure. You know, there's another solution that's getting popular. Silicone tubes. Some Japanese fishing brands offer them, and you need special pliers to attach them to the lure. No lighter is needed, and no worries about burns. Haha, pretty neat, right? I'm thinking of getting one of these on my next trip back to Japan. As for setting the hook for a wacky rig, let's pierce through both the tube and the worm. For a Neko rig, I usually slide the hook between the tube and the worm. However, I know some anglers prefer piercing through both. I'll say some experimentation is needed to figure out the best approach. Haha, looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I have been using this technique for years, and honestly, it's worked just as well as the Banet tuning method. But there's always this one question nagging at me. Could this affect the hooking capability? Here's my take. When we set the hook in the fish mouth, we want the hook to pass through the worm without any hindrance, right? That's the key to a perfect hook set. But then I started thinking, could the heat shrink tube be a bit of hindrance in this process? Despite these thoughts, this method has been a lifesaver for me. It helps prevent the worms from tearing apart so easily. Of course, even with this tuning, it cannot be avoided 100%. Yet, this is a great hack. Plus, it's kinder on the wallet and the environment too. If you are struggling to keep your worm on the hook, especially with a wacky rig, give this a try. You can find heat shrink tubes at any home center, and it's a straightforward custom job. Leave your result in the comments. I'd love to hear how it works out for you. Alright, that's a wrap for today. I hope you found this video helpful and maybe even a little inspiring. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share this video with your friends and communities. Stay tuned for more tips and tricks. And remember, we are on this fishing journey together. See you in the next video. Happy fishing, everyone, and have a happy new year.